guys hear the car passing by with the loud noise as well as the sirens. I'm gonna tell you guys why. Okay, so apparently, with all of their manipulation and their expertise, they you know, they seem to overlook certain things. So I did a video where I had bought a new case for my computer components because the old case that I had, it wasn't good for airflow. So, like for example, my CPU temperature would reach sometimes 80 something degrees. Right, and though I had I had a few fans in the case, but it's the in the front of the case is just a solid piece of metal, and inside of the case where it's close to the front, there's not enough gap to where adequate airflow. And even though there's fans mounting holes there, right? So there you can mount two 120 millimeter fan there, but again, it's not really there's not a huge gap to where on the side of the case in the front where airflow can go. And so I had bought this case that I saw there, and of course, they delivered it, and of course they banged it up, they dropped it, like all of the plastic tabs that the front face cover panel, broken off. Okay, so I took pictures, I did the video on it, and I you know contact the seller because I did because I said, well, maybe they can send me the replacement plastic, because there's glass in the front and there's plastic, right? To send me the plastic part. The glass was okay, right? But the plastic in which you attach the glass to and then attach it to the case, the tabs in that plastic piece was all broken off. So the seller contacted me back saying that they're going to send me a new case, though a somewhat bigger case, because the case I have is a micro ATX case. They're sending me an ATX case, and so they asked for my information, address, number, what have you. So I sent it to them, what have you. So I noticed that I didn't get a response back from the seller after that, and then today I went to look and to see if I get a response back from the seller. But I noticed that my email, the mail that I send them from within, I bought this from Newegg, right? So this is one of another a third party seller through Newegg called the company is called Sama, and this is from the the Sama official Newegg store, right? Or official store on Newegg Marketplace. So, and they'll say Sama here with the sirens. So what they were trying to do again is trying to create this suspicion within me, about my address and all this stuff. They're always trying to, again, to make you out suspicious. So one, like I keep saying, when they do these things, they do covert shit, right? And of course, it's going to affect you, right? Because I mean, what? So every time I order something now, it's going to be damaged. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, so I went to Newegg to see if I got a response. I'm looking for the message. I'm like, hey, I don't see the message. I went to the drop down menu where it will have the messages in there. Your notification message indicator, right? It's not there. It's not there. So I'm like, oh shit. And also before that too, I had to usually I have the Newegg store open, so I don't really log out of it. But I noticed that I had to log back in. So obviously they went into my account, logged me out. So now I got to log back in. So when I log back in again, the message is not there. It's not there. The email that I send them and they respond back to me about sending me another case, right? That wasn't there. So I said to myself, you know what? Let me see if in my email if it automatically send me a copy of the email that I sent, right? Sure enough, I went to my email, scrolled and whatever, found the message that I sent, which you guys can see it here, right? Immediately when I went to my email and found the message, guess what? Now the message pops up back on the drop down menu, the notification menu, and that's when you start to hear the sirens of the ambulance as well as the vehicle making a loud noise. Okay, as they was driving down the block, right? So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, and like I said, they do these things. Sometimes they, a lot of times I would say they would get away with doing this thing because again, had Newegg not sent me a notification as I, because like I said, I didn't want to bother Newegg and do a return, so I said, okay, let me contact the seller through Newegg. Okay, this is again, I do certain things for a reason, and see what the response was. And so they couldn't send me a replacement because they were saying that this was the last case that they had in stock, right? And so again, the whole last thing and what have you. So it's always, I'm sure they have more in stock, right? But they've been infiltrated. Like I said, these companies, they're being infiltrated by these criminals, and they engage in this sort of behavior. Just like PayPal, just like my bank, right? So where you'll call them and they'll tell you one thing and then you call back, and then it isn't until I start documenting that then they all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we can cancel this or we can cancel that, or we can stop this, we can stop that. Whereas before it wasn't recorded. It's like, no, we can't do that. Okay, it's already processed and we can't do that. It's no, that sort of thing, right? So again, I just wanted to let me just do this because I want to keep a record of this. Okay. Again, I gotta document these things. So let me just get the camera here. And again, I just hear the police siren again, very low. Right? They're trying to again engage in. Let me flip this over. Okay, there you go. All right. Now I don't know why this television, why it's like that, but if you guys can see, this is the response. Right? And again, let's go through here. Right? They're saying that this may be causing the transportation process. Yeah, it was. Okay, the perps that work for UPS, they finally infiltrated UPS enough to where they're damaging the package that was sent to me. Okay? They say we are willing to resend you a new chassis. Batch of the chassis. We do not need you to return this to us. However, this is a new it says out of stock, right? It says out of stock, right? And it's like, we'd like to send you a hot selling whatever okay, as a compensation, please provide us, and which I did, right? Which I did reply, and I did give them my address and everything like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do screenshots of this conversation just in case the email disappear again. And you guys can still hear the sirens in the background. They're still going. Okay, they are still going. Yeah, but like I said, this is why you have to document these things. You have to document it and understand that they are and it's the U.S. government. It's the U.S. government. When we talk about us TIs being hit with these directed energy weapons, just like the diplomats. Okay, and it's my belief that these diplomats were not hit by a foreign agent with these weapons, but it was the U.S. government trying to cause an international incident, an international scandal in which they can turn the public opinion against Cuba and against, particularly because it happened in Cuba, right, and against Russia. Okay, and again, I don't know for sure, but I know I'm a TI and I've been hit with the very same weapons. My brain scans show the same damages as the diplomats, and I know that it happened to me here in the United States. Okay, and I know. Listen, I might be important to somebody, right? I mean, I am important. We all are important. So don't let them try to tell you you're not important. Like I said, as a TI, when they try to ask you questions like, "Well, why are you so important?" The government will target you. Okay, shit. The government targeted the Black Panther Party. Right? And what was the Black Panther Party doing? Defending the rights of black citizens, feeding the homeless, feeding the elderly, feeding school children. They're the one that created the school lunch program that we use today, right? The Feed the Elderly program that we use today. the Black Panther Party. But after they destroyed the Black Panther Party and killed their leaders and incarcerate their leaders, right? What did they do? Then they turn around and they steal the very same program that the Black Panther Party created for themselves. Okay? So again, white people are going to do what white people have always done, particularly to black people. All right? Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys on the next video.